Hello everybody. Here's an exercise on how to pull off the ADB logs off an Android device using a Windows machine. So here I've got my device all set up, which is connected to my Windows machine. And what I'm going to do is pull the device logs directly from the machine, and I'm going to use Windows to do that. It's quite a useful exercise, especially if you've got a problem on your Android device and you need to work out why is it being problematic. So that's something which you can do by passing the logs over to a developer, or if you wish to analyze yourself, you can do that. So one of the similarities is that the Android ADB logs is very similar to the black box on an aircraft. So when an aircraft has an issue, they always look at the black box to see what actually happened and what kind of information and data got captured. So so let's start with step one, and we're going to get the Android platform software. I've already got that installed on the machine, but I'll show you what you need to do. So let's just move this over here. We're going to be moving around with a few screens at times, so just bear with me. So the first thing you do a Google search and you download the Android developer kit for Windows, and it's called the SDK platform tools. I've got the Windows version, so that's which I'm using here. So let me just move that out of the way. So I've downloaded that, and if I go to my drive here, you can see I've got the folders, I've got all the files downloaded here. Then what I normally tend to do is I normally go into the C drive. I create a folder called ADB manually, and then I would copy over the 5 top files into my ADB file folder here. So that's all you need to do on that point here. The next thing, which we'll go onto the device now. So if you just keep an eye on the device, let me just open this up a bit. I've got the cable here, which I'm going to plug into the top of the USB port here. So this USB cable is being plugged directly from the Windows machine into the device. So if you're doing it for the first time, you will need to go into settings. You will need to go into about, software info, and then you would have to tap multiple times on build number. So there's build number. I've already got developer options enabled here at the bottom. I think if you can see that, I can just, it's quite an important part. There it is, developer options here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just tap there multiple times. It won't work for me because I've already got developer options enabled. So that's all you need to do. Developer options will come about. Then you click into developer options and make sure USB debugging is enabled. If I disabled it and put it on, you'll get that message. Very important message. So you want to allow that. Okay, and then it says, would you like to allow debugging? And you say yes. So that's the device part done. So I'm just going to come out of there. Next, go into open up local Windows command prompt. So go to CMD. Just going to make that screen a little bit smaller like that. Move my CMD on the corner of the screen here. And then I'm going to navigate to the ADB folder we created earlier. If I do a check in there, you can see the files which were inserted there the first time round. Great. So now what we need to do is we've got a problem issue. So imagine we just want to make sure Bluetooth or some sort of action is working on the device. if you look at the clock here at the bottom right here on my Windows clock, it's 15:59. So what I can do here, I'm going to run a command. So I'm going to do ADB logcat. This command is to enable the logging. Thread time. I've put it in verbose mode so it gets the most information as possible. Hence it's V. So that's the command, and now I want an output. Where am I going to dump all that file? So I can just make a test ADB test log dot txt. So everything I do, dump it in there. So whatever happens on the device, capture all that information and dump it into the test log. So let's do that. So I'm going to press enter. That's fired away. Now I'm going to do some action on the device. So just to show you what I'm going to do here, I can go into settings. Let's have a look at Bluetooth. There's Bluetooth there. Bluetooth is currently on. I can switch it off, and that will log information on what I did on Bluetooth. I can come out of there and now let that run. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the logging. So I'll just do a Control and C on there. And then I can do the up arrow to repeat the last line. Remove the first part of that command and replace it with the word start. So I'm opening up the test log file. And if we go to here, you can see now I have the file there. The ADB log is made there, and you've got all the timestamps here. So if you look, my local time is 2:01, but it's captured the last 2 hours before. So you really want to go down to the bottom and start looking for anything you were trying to analyze or find out. Mine was about Bluetooth, so Bluetooth would be here in this bottom portion. Everything around about 4 o'clock would be, you would get that into Bluetooth. It's a lot of information. You can see the logs is very heavy. I do have another video where you can use Python to extract the information in a more friendlier way, but a, a common way would be just to do something like that. Do Control F for the search and do Bluetooth and go down looking for the Bluetooth. But that's a long way of doing it, but you can extract it via the time slot, or you can do something like that perhaps. Change that to 16. Change that to 1. And then that gives you everything from 16:01. If I had my Windows clock in seconds, that would be most useful. Then you can do it all in seconds and find a better timestamp output for that. So I hope that helps. That's how you would extract ADB logs from a device. If you enjoy these videos, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button, and I will make sure I do more of these useful videos. Thanks again. Bye bye.